Coach Jerry VanHavel. Coach VanHavel is another of our coaches who have done all their high school coaching at one school, 29 years at Mason. However, after leaving Mason in 2016 season, he coached at the University of Mount Union, where they won the Division III National Championship. While accumulating the most wins as a head coach in school history at Mason, 169, his teams won 9 conference championships, 15 years as a state playoff qualifier, and in the first year of the playoffs in '92, that was the first playoff game in school history. He won a district championship in 2014, has coached 1 academic all-state team, and was selected a 3-time Coach of the Year by the Lansing State Journal. He is a 6-time Regional Coach of the Year. This past fall, he was coaching at MSU. Coach VanHavel's biggest thrill in coaching. My biggest thrill in coaching was to be a part of a Friday night at 7 p.m. in Mason, Michigan, where football was king. Every Friday night was nothing short of exhilarating. What coaching has meant to Coach VanHavel. We all have titles. My most favorites are husband and dad. My next favorite title is coach. Beyond family, coaching gave me an identity. To work with other people's children is the greatest gift. Coach VanHavel's comment on why coach. I coach because I love the challenge of building a program and helping players to go from average to really good. I love the daily grind with the players. They were the best. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Jerry VanHavel.
Thank you, Jack. I know right now in this room I am the most popular guy. I know that for a fact. Yes, indeed. My family wants to hear me speak, and so do the rest of you, but quickly. So I will move along quickly. I want to thank the High School Coaches Association for the opportunity to be here and all the things they do for our young people in the state of Michigan, and honoring all the gentlemen to my right and to my left. It's quite a humbling group of people to be with. And when I got the information from my good friend Scott Farley that this was going to happen, I was really taken aback, because I know the caliber of coaches that are in the Hall of Fame, and it's hard to think about myself, joining those guys. So, but I want to thank the real stars for tonight. And the star in my family is not me. The star in my family is my wonderful wife of almost 32 years, Lisa. Lisa, please stand. We raised 4 kids. I think Lisa did 90% of the work, and I showed up every once in a while. And there's no question, I outkicked the coverage on that, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Thank you for 32 wonderful years. You're the best, right? My oldest daughter, Erica, came from Victor, Montana. She's a forest ranger in the wilderness of Montana. She made it all the way here. My second daughter, Erin, special education teacher in the Cincinnati area. Stand up, Erin. Erin made it here. Our third daughter, Emily, biomedical engineer, working on her PhD at the University of Kansas. My son, Jarrett VanHavel, national champion, University of Mount Union, going to graduate in 2 months. And I'm very proud of my family and these young people who made it all back from all around the country and doing great and wonderful things. Thank you. I want to honor my dad. Dad, please stand. My dad's 82. #1 fan. Dad rarely missed a Mason football game. He had to drive 75 miles to get to the home games, further to get to away games if they're further north of us. And no greater supporter in my life for all things than my dad, and I appreciate that. I want to point out my brother Jeff over here. Stand, Jeff, real quickly. Jeff supported me through all my professional career, as I did him. My close friend Dan Hoffman from high school and college, and all the support that he's given me through the years as we traveled this together. Mason football, this is not about me. I never say I never say me. I always say us and we. It's always us and we. Nobody is up here today because of themselves. They're up here because of players, coaches, community. We had the greatest bunch of coaches. I made my list to invite people for tonight, and I looked at my list. I told my wife, oh my goodness. I've been at Mount Union, I've been at Michigan State, and I have never been anywhere with a greater list of men for people and for young people than the coaches I coached with at Mason High School. So a bunch of them are here. I can't name all of them all off, but the coaches that I worked with, it didn't matter what your job, if you had the big job, if you had the small job, we went about it that everybody was the same. You're a statistician, you're running the film, you're lining in the field, it didn't matter what you're doing. You're coaching the O-line, it didn't matter. We were the same, it was a team. We're all the same. And I appreciate that time with our coaches more than any time except for the times with our players. About players, hey, we were outliers. Mason kids, we weren't the fastest kids, we weren't the biggest, but our kids were tough. We had tough kids, and I was proud of the fact that we came to play on Fridays, and we didn't always win, right? But if we didn't win, people had to play pretty well to beat us, I think, and that's a tribute to our players. We had great players, great kids, great rapport. I want to thank our community because this is a celebration of the Mason football community. This is not a celebration of Jerry VanHavel. In no way, shape, or form is this a celebration of Mason football, Mason High School, administrators, the teachers, all the people that helped us in every way. 3 people that were very special to me that really did a lot of the work behind the scenes. Sherry Koss. Sherry Koss in the athletic department forever and ever. She just did a tremendous job. Peggy Wasner, who followed Sherry in the athletic department, and then in the middle school where I taught, Eleanor Johnston. And all those people really saved me and made me look good. Well, maybe look average a lot of the times, and I appreciate that very much. You know, when we took the job as a group, we went to work, put our head down. We weren't going to go to another school. We weren't going to jump and go somewhere else, chase a class. We were going to build a program over the long haul. And, you know, we went to work for the hours with our head down. Hours became days, days were weeks, weeks were months, and all of a sudden, 26 years as a head coach went by. It was amazing, unbelievable. It's a tremendous ride. Our culture was made by our players. We didn't have T-shirts. I didn't make T-shirts that said whatever. T-shirts are great for people who are T-shirt guys. I'm not a T-shirt guy. Ours said Mason football. And our players developed our culture. People would say, you know, what's your slogan? I don't know. We don't have a slogan. Well, you know, and I say, players know what we're doing. We're going to work. We're going to outwork people as best we can. We're going to be physical. We're going to be tough. And we're going to be proud of the way that we play and proud to be outliers in preparation and do what we can to be successful. So much of life and so much of football is the journey. You got to enjoy the ride, right? You know, you got to enjoy that. We never really talked about winning at Mason High School. We talked about doing things to become successful, right? Everybody wants to win. Everybody has a goal. It's about the process. It's about the work and your way of lining things up, your plan to be successful. And we used to talk to my kids about that, like, well, what's your plan? It doesn't matter what you want to do. It's what's your plan? How are you going to get there? And I think that was really important that our kids bought into the plan and the platform from where we stood. And I'll be brief here and I'll be quick. The great leader, Mohandas Gandhi, right? Never a president, never a general, never had a title. One of the greatest leaders of all time. He said, today, we make speeches for each other. To speak for the people of India, we must stand in the rice paddy, knee-deep in mud, toiling under the hot sun. And then and only then can we speak for the masses. And we went about football at Mason High School in that same way. We're all the same. I was no better than anybody else, and neither was our other coaching staff. We lifted in the weight room with our players. We did morning conditioning with the players. We tried to develop mental toughness with our players. Anything that I asked them to do, I did with them. I was proud of that. The camaraderie with the players were amazing. That was my most favorite part, was the players. At the University of Mount Union and at Michigan State University, people ask me, what are the best parts? Like, oh, hey, you know, you're on TV. Hey, no. Best part's players. It doesn't matter. There's no second, unless you would say your coaching staff camaraderie, the relationship with the players. The things I like the most, I like Friday nights with my players because it was our guys versus theirs. It was our community versus their community. It was the kids that grew up from diapers to Mason varsity football. We didn't get a lot of kids come from other places. They were our kids. We're proud of our kids and proud of our families. The hours in the weight room, when we lifted together, and it was us in the weight room and the camaraderie developed. You know, funny things happen in the weight room sometimes, you know, and that was great. That was a great time. Third, practice. I loved practice because no one could get to us. There was no phone calls. We had no cell phones. Nobody could find us. It was just us and the players. It was the greatest 3 hours of the day. Absolutely greatest. Only to be followed by number 4, and that was a 3-minute walk from Mason High School practice field into the high school, because the work for the day is behind you. You get a chance to visit with the kids on the way in, laugh about something that happened in practice, talk to the kids about school, their girlfriends, or whatever's going on for the day. I loved the 3-minute walk from the field back into the high school. Great sense of fulfillment during that time. So that opportunity to be together with the young men in our program was very special to me. The camaraderie with our coaching staff and the respect I have for the men that coached with us and their wives, unbelievable. I just, again, as I travel through other parts, at Michigan State or at Mount Union, or a lot of the NFL people that I deal with, there's no better people. And Coach said that too earlier. The best coaching I've ever seen is at the high school level, because you have to do everything. You have to take kids from here and take them to there, And I'll end with just a couple thoughts. The great Apache leader and great warrior who fought the United States Cavalry to protect his people and his tribe, Geronimo. He said, "Be consumed and passionate about what you're doing in your life. Think about it every day. Live it. It's fulfilling to be consumed with what you are doing. If you are not consumed by what you are doing, do something else." I can venture to say in Mason football, we were consumed with helping our kids be successful and get better, just like in all these other programs. I am indeed grateful, very, very humbled, and very appreciative of the opportunity to enter the Hall of Fame, because I represent Mason football, Mason High School, Mason community. So I feel it's not me that's going in, it's us and it's we. Thank you very much.